And welcome back to part 6 of Mega Man 5. I'm Sire Goku. We're still in Protoman Castle level 3, and as you saw there, there was some energy tanks and extra life you can get there, but I missed my jump with the rush coil. Oh well, I don't need it. And yeah, I guess Capcom really kind of liked Super Mario World because that moving snake platform was ripped right from Super Mario World. But now you gotta deal with these really big sumo squasher guys, basically like the giant eyes. Again, I mentioned this earlier, they squish you and you take massive damage if they squish you, so don't get squished by them. Also, Mega Man 5 really likes their shield enemies. I don't know why. If you're standing right next to them with a charge shot, then the charge shot's going to go right through the shield. So there's that. And now we got another one of these snake block sections. Only this time you have these falling enemies from Gyro Man's stage. Oh no, it's so much harder. It really isn't. Now that part, if you're on that moving platform, if you're on the platform when it's just moving straight down, you're going to constantly fall and then you're not going to be able to make the jump. But now onto the hardest boss of these guys, which isn't saying much. He's going to jump, he's going to shoot a whole bunch of shots at you. If you get really close to him, he's going to use this weird ring attack where if he hits you with that, you're going to get frozen. And you're going to stay frozen for a long time or until he hits you, which is most likely going to happen first. But if you get him in a stun lock like I did, by getting close enough for him to make him use his freeze attack to jump over it, then you can just constantly dodge him and keep shooting him with the charge shot, and he goes down easy. You can use beat on him as well, because beat will keep attacking him even if you're frozen. But there's no point. It's very, very easy. Speaking of very easy, this is the last Protoman stage. When you shoot this platform, it's going to make things fall. Just shoot the bricks and then just wait. Oh great, now there's a train going by me. Maybe it's Charge Man, I don't know. Anyway, shoot through these pillars and then slide through. Try not to get crushed. It's very hard to get crushed, really. You'd have to try. Hey, it's Protoman. I think you gotta get your flute retuned, Protoman. Ow. Yeah, that sounds better. Wait a second. Oh, there's two Protomen. Oh, look at that. That one was fake all along. Who saw that coming? This is Darkman. And he fights pretty much the same way as all the other bosses. He fights exactly the same way as the last two bosses you fought, minus the tank boss. But he's got the same barrier as the second boss, and he fights pretty much the same as the third boss, minus the freezing attack. Yeah, if they were going to try and combine all three of these bosses that you fought earlier, you'd think this guy would have tanks for legs and he would be shooting, you know, that freeze ray, instead of just borrowing the barrier attack from the second guy. Because the second guy was the weakest of all of them. Anyway, this guy's super simple. As you see what I'm doing right now, you just jump over his barrier when he launches it. You can jump or slide under his normal shots and just shoot him when his barrier is down. You can use beat as well. Beat wrecks this guy. You've done well, Mega Man. I didn't expect you to defeat my powerful Darkman robot. Oh, it's Wily. Until now, I've managed to frame Protoman for my crimes, but now the real Protoman has appeared and spoiled my plan. Dr. Light is a captive in my lab. Come if you dare. Ha ha! Damn it, Wily. 5 times now. 5 times. Don't you get tired of losing? At least you got a fancy new... Where do you get all this money to build these castles, Wily? Seriously. But yeah, Dr. Wily is the villain. Who would have saw that coming? Hey! I love Dr. Wily, don't get me wrong. Anyway, what you're going to want to do is drop to the left. If you drop to the right, you're going to die. It's a trick jump there. Wily's Castle, it's a little harder than Darkman's Castle. Yeah, it's Darkman. It's not actually Protoman, but what are you gonna do? I actually like Dark Protoman, but whatever. I love the music. Wily Castle music is always the best music. I don't know if I like this more than the Darkman Castle theme, but they're good. They're really good. Also, if anyone has ever actually played the endless attack modes of Mega Man 9 and 10, you might recognize this stage, because that section you just saw me go through is one of the randomly generated rooms that you can get if you play the endless attack mode in Mega Man 10. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Check it. Go ahead and try it out for yourself if you have Mega Man 10, and you'll see. Here I was trying to farm for weapons again, because I kind of need it. But I try not to take too long with doing it. At that point, I was just like, screw it. If you don't want to drop weapon energy, then... It's weird. Whenever I want weapon energy, enemies never drop it. But whenever I don't want weapon energy, I get it all the time. It's my bad luck, I guess. Now, these rotating platforms are a pain. So much so that I just said screw it and I'm going to use the rush jet, because it's just so tedious trying to jump on these wheels here. It's a lot harder than it looks, trust me. Especially when there's just one of them. Also, using the GameCube controller, I don't dislike the GameCube controller, but the B button for being the jump button sometimes just gets in the way. It doesn't always, but for certain sections, it's like, I kind of wish the B button was the same size as the A button. And now suddenly we also have the Crusher from Dustman's stage here. I don't know why they brought this back, but okay then. Yeah, so I don't have much to say. If you remember Dustman's stage from Mega Man 4, it's basically that. Although the Crusher's a little lower to the ground there. And once again, you have a chance to farm for energy here. Anytime you see this chicken here, I would recommend you recharge your weapon energy. But yeah, so since it's just gonna be me farming for a little bit, sorry about that. Mighty Number 9 is coming out very soon. It's actually supposed to come out in September. Yes! All these games are coming out soon. Granted, that's the only Kickstarter game that I know of that's coming out relatively soon. I don't know when Shantae Half Genie Hero is coming out as of this recording. But Mega Man, the spiritual successor, Mighty Number 9, is going to be out in September. Yes! And speaking of Mega Man... Oh, suddenly, I guess there was a little bit of lag there. Oh well. Speaking of Mega Man, apparently Capcom has shown interest in making another Mega Man game. I'm optimistic about it. If it happens, it happens. I'm not gonna hold my breath as to... because of the recent stuff that's been going on. But hey, if we get a new Mega Man game, I will gladly take it. Wow, Past Me really wanted to farm, didn't he? I apologize for that. Ah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Although I'm doing a horrible, horrible job of dodging. But hey, and now the freaking game is giving me weapon energy when I wanted it earlier. Hey. Hey, sorry for wasting time there. But yeah, Mega Man Spiritual... But yeah, Mighty Number 9 is coming out in September. I backed that game, so I'm gonna get it as soon as it comes out. I cannot wait for it. I really hope that it lives up to what I think it does. I'm not... I mean, yeah, you could say I'm putting a little bit too much faith in it, but I've just always thought that Keiji Inafune knew what he was doing when he went into making that game. And I've been watching the development ever since it started, and he's so passionate about that game. And that is the best sign you want to see, when you can physically see the person that's working on it talk about how much he enjoys working on it and saying he can't wait to show it off to everyone. Or her, I'm not going to discriminate. But when the dev team goes out of their way to tell you, I want you to play this game because it's going to be really fun, and I'm enjoying making it. If the developers enjoy making the game as much as they do, then the games are going to be good, regardless of what you might possibly think. That's just my theory. And I realize I haven't said anything about this boss. Basically, you just shoot at his body, and he launches a platform out. The platforms, while they have drill spikes on them, they are not instant they are not instant death if they crush into you. You shoot the body, jump on it with a platform, jump on it as a platform, and then shoot the boss in the face. The weakness is Crystal Eye. He can close his eyes and it'll bounce off, but it's really not that bad. It's a very simple boss. Well, moving on to Wily Castle Stage 2. This is by far the hardest level in the game. And that's not saying very much. Want to know why I consider this the hardest level in the game? Well, the very first room has 2 really tight jumps. And it's the actual water stage of the game. Basically, it's not super hard. It's just because of the low ceiling, it becomes harder than it needs to be. And that's the only reason that I'm going to say that this level is hard. It's not hard because it's cheap, it's hard because of the low ceilings. So other than that, it's fairly simple. You just have to time your jumps. It's times like this though where I kind of wish they brought back the Rush Marine. Because for some reason after Mega Man 4, they just got rid of the Rush Marine. I don't know why they got rid of the Rush Marine. I thought it was cool, but oh well. Maybe because they just decided maybe it's because they realized people just don't like water stages. Or underwater stages, I should say. So they just didn't utilize it enough. But we're at the end of the stage already. I swear, Mega Man 5 just has the shortest stages. At least I think we're at the end of the stage. Oh no, there's still a little bit more. Yeah, the castle stages are a little longer than the other stages. You have the mice. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm kind of running out of things to talk about with this stage because there's not much else going on with it. Another farming section. What is it? But anyway, so what was Wily's plan? Wily's plan for this game was to frame Protoman while he got away with doing whatever the heck he was trying to do. Okay. Go Beat! Take out that stupid giant guy. Okay, there we go. Now we're at the boss. Sorry for the lack of talking for that couple of seconds there. I didn't really have much to say, but there's this boss. I don't know the names of the enemy. I don't know the boss's names for the castle stages. All I know is that he's weak to the gyro attack, and you can only attack him when he opens up. And I was getting myself destroyed there because I was not paying attention. Every time you step on these platforms on the side here, they're going to raise up. He's going to shoot orange orbs at you that are pretty easy to dodge. The rising platforms, you can use them, but really Mega Man's normal jumping is more than enough to make up to reach where the guy is. Anyways, that's it for this part. Sorry for the abrupt ending there again. But the next part's going to be the finale. So we're going to go take on Dr. Wily in part 6. See you guys then.